Hello and welcome to the fifth episode of The Remedy of Poetry, the podcast where we dive deep into poetry and explore how to use the words for our inner world and how to move the energy through our body with the help of poetry, the rhythm, the rhymes, the metaphors, the line breaks, and the pauses, because they are very important in poetry. And I welcome you here in that space, very cozy today with a fire on. Autumn is in full bloom here in Ireland, and it's just beautiful. And I want to dive right into today's poem. And today's poem is called The Algorithm of Love. And rhythm is written with an RHYTHM, rhythm. So I just start by reading the poem. And if you want, you can put a hand on your heart to receive the words. You can close your eyes and you can, just enjoy the words. The Algorithm of Love. Love is not a series of little steps. She is an opening through 1,000 doors, through mystery and glowing souls filling rivers, cups, and bowls up to the brim towards the overflow of peace and bliss. She is endless growth. She is not the how, she is the why. Her kiss is gentle, never shy. She doesn't impose or lecture minds, she opens hearts, helps us unwind the web of logic to pathos she guides. She asks us to open our hearts oh so wide, for we are the love that we carry inside. She begs us just to flow along with her tide. She doesn't teach steps. She's spiraling up, swirling us round, never needing to stop. She's light and she's ease. She's joy and she's home. She's always there, never leaving us alone. So let's dance to the sounds of the song that love is singing to make us strong. Let us shake, let us break, let us cry, let us fly. Let us follow her to the land we've always dreamed of. Let us get caught in the algorithm of love. It's one of my favorite poems from my book, by the way, Limitless, Sharing the Word or Sharing the World Through Love's Eyes. And it is one of my favorite because it kind of reflects the title as well, especially the subtitle, Sharing the World, Sharing the Word Through Love's Eyes. Because I wrote this poem when I was kind of angry about, well, not really angry, maybe upset about how bad news travel the world so quickly, and how we kind of have this focus on bad news. And in my studies, with all my studies about spirituality, all the books I've read, the journeys I took inwards, and my own life journey, I really have learned that most importantly, it's really, really true. What we focus on gets bigger. And so often I wonder, what do we focus on as a collective? What do we focus on as a society? We focus so much on the things that are not working. We focus on everything that is wrong with this world. And that is completely understandable because there's so much going on outside and inside as well that we really don't like. And plus, our minds are negatively biased. So we have like this negativity bias in our mind, and we're just, I think it's 65% of our thoughts are negative, and then 80% of them are repetitive, and then 90% of them are the same thoughts or something like that. I mixed it up now. I mixed it up. Doesn't matter. You get what I'm saying, right? So, our thoughts are just they just tend to go into the negative, and we um, we kind of follow that so easily because we are trained to do that. And it's just and I was thinking about how it's really just like working like an algorithm. Like I can tell from my Instagram feed where I'm at emotionally, like what am I focusing on right now. I can really see that. Like around Christmas, it's a lot of crafting videos for me and baking stuff. So I see that I get more and more of that in my feed. So I'm like, okay, that's what I'm focused on right now. That's very interesting. So so I feel like if we treat life the same and we just use what we often see as a reflection of what we focus on, then we don't need to fuss so much about what's going on, but we can start to create. We can see, oh, all right, so I'm getting more and more of the stuff that I don't want. That means that I'm focused on that. So the only thing we need to do is just, again, deliberately shift our focus, shift our thoughts, and then focus on the things that are working out for us and that are good in our lives. So let's pick this poem apart, my favorite thing to do. Not like in school, right? This podcast is not about analyzing poetry. It's not about seeing or understanding the one meaning that the author meant. Because honestly, when I wrote this poem, it came through like a lot of my poems just come through. I tap into this flow state and then the words just come, and sometimes I'm even surprised of what's coming out, and years later I read it and it has another meaning for me. So I think the beauty in a poem is that we can totally receive it with our own lens. And sometimes I think it would be so much easier if we communicated in poetry with each other, because then there's no misunderstanding, because everyone just receives the poem as they understand it. And as we are talking in poetry, are kind of talking in frequency, and then it's really easy to understand each other. It sounds a bit strange, but when I channel poetry on holistic fairs, so and sometimes even in public, like busking, and it's so wonderful. The moment I let the poem come through and write for the people, I feel this energetic bond to the person that I'm writing the poem for, and it's so powerful. And afterwards, I feel like I know a part of that person, like I know their soul. It feels very, very close, and I'm very grateful that so many people are receiving that gift and giving me the gift at the same time of presence, because then like we're completely in presence in that moment. So that's beautiful. So that's just a side note, but yeah, so take from the podcast as well, and from my poem, what you feel, what resonates with you. So uh, I would encourage you to stop right now, go back to the poem. I always publish them in the post if you're a paid subscriber, or you just get my book, then you can go back and read the poem, or you just turn the video back and listen again. And then just write down what stands out to you, which line stood out to you the most. I think that is the most important question when we read a poem or hear a poem, because that line is a message, and that line is often a hidden story. Even from that line, you can see where you're at and what you need at the moment very often. So yeah, so let's start with picking the poem apart, and that rhymed. Love is not a series of little steps. She is an opening through 1,000 doors. This is just like these few words. That's what poetry is about as well. Poetry is distilled into a few words, like a story distilled into a few words. And these 5 lines are really a whole story. So we often think we need to do certain steps in order to find love. We need to work on ourselves, or yeah, ticking boxes even. Like, how often are we trying to approach love by ticking boxes, seeing, does this match with me, or with my vibration, or with my ideas? Um, but love is an opening through 1,000 doors. And I think the most important door is the heart. And then from there, it's like I try to explain it when I realize what love really is about, and that it's far more than about relationships. I felt like my heart was opening one door, and then another door, and then another door, and then another door, and then another door. It's like in the movies when they like zoom into the one door, and then there's another door opening, and then there's the whole hallway, and then there's the light streaming through. So that's what I feel love is about. Love just gets more when we let her in, when we open our heart, and keep it open. Then it can just stream in and out, the light. Yeah. Through mystery and glowing souls. Mystery. That's why I love poetry as well, because it's always a mystery in between the lines. And mystery is very interesting. We are not used to deal with the unknown. We're, we want to know what's coming. We want to know our future. We want to know, yeah, we want to know everything before we experience it. We want to know if it's safe. We want to know if it will be good. And the thing is, when we want to know what's coming, we forget that we create what's coming. I say that again. When we want to know what's coming, we forget that we create what's coming. So whenever we are afraid of the unknown, it means that we have forgotten that we create the next step. And then the unknown then is just all about the far future. Like, I can't predict how exactly it's going to happen. But if I keep my focus, if I keep in mind what I want to create, then the way is so delicious that I don't even need the outcome. And yeah, so love is an opening to 1,000 doors through mystery and glowing souls. And glowing souls, sorry, I have to take a sip of my tea here. Glowing souls, that's you, that's me, that's other people, that's just our beautiful humanity, our our surroundings, all the wonderful people we have in our lives. These are the people, these glowing souls are the ones that reflect back the love that we already are. And we are so often we search for love in just one person. And that's so narrowed down on one tiny outcome. It's kind of, how can I describe that? It's kind of like I go out in nature and I just expect to see one tree. And then if that one tree is not there, then I'm sad. But there are all the other trees around that give me air, but I just want the air from this one tree. That's not how life works. Like, and that's not how love works. Love is there. It's simply there, and it's our inner guidance. It's inside of us. It's outside of us. It's an energy, and if we narrow it down, we kind of strip, or not strip. We kind of um, restrict. We restrict love in her fullness when we want her to be a certain way. Yeah, so because love fills us, fills rivers, cups, and bowls, like rivers. Rivers for me is uh, the flow, the frequency between us, and then cups, our own cup, our energy body, bowls, the things we share, um, and and love is just this well, this inner well that we have, that if we let it flow freely, it fills us up from the inside out, and then it spills over into the experience of other people, and then we're just like a never-ending flow. She's endless growth, definitely, because love is not always unchallenging. Let's just say that. So unconditional love is kind of the hardest thing to do, because we need to tame our ego in order to stay unconditional in our love, and that can be very uncomfortable. She is not the how, she is the why, and that is it. Like, if we are trying to get love from one person alone, or say like, oh, you're the source of all my love, then we're searching for the how. We want to control how love is coming to us. Instead, like, the other way would be to open our heart and let love in from wherever it's coming. The receiving part is the important part. Her kiss is gentle, never shy. If we open our hearts, she's there. We can feel her. You can feel the energy of love very quickly. And she doesn't impose or lecture minds. So love doesn't sit in the mind. And so often we approach things, whether we think about, like, it says, do what you love what you do. You ask children at school what you want to do later. And you say, just, what do you like to do, what you love to do? And that is a mind thing. Whereas when you ask them, who do you feel you are? Who do you feel, where's your connection to yourself and what lights you up? That's love. That's what is inside of me. And then it's exactly the same when I'm looking for a relationship, it's not about, does that fit? Does this person have the same values that I have? Of course, it's important. But if we can trust that we attract the right person, because we attract what we are. So if we are the partner we are looking for, then they will come to us. We just open our hearts, and then we get out of our mind, and then it's not a ticking box. Then the heart opens and the feeling is just all encompassing. um, she helps us unwind the web of logic and to path as she guides. So she takes us out of our mind. Love takes us out of our mind, and that's the connection to our heart. And that's why I feel all arts are very important in order to get us out of our mind. The word art is in the word heart. Yeah, it doesn't say he art when I write this. It says heart with a big art in it, because I believe that art opens our heart. Or artists tap into flow, and flow is nothing else than love energy. It's letting it come through. Um, so yeah, and then she asks us to open our hearts also wide, for we are the love that we carry inside. That's what I mean. Like, we are pure positive love. That's how we are born when we're children. We are pure positive energy. And before people put expectations on us, and then afterwards, we forget that we are love, and we search it everywhere outside of us. And we forget, there's this wonderful story, I don't know if you know it, but there's a story where the gods are talking about where to bury the treasure, so that humans don't find the treasure right away. They have to search for it and stuff like that. And then in the end, after thinking about several things like the ocean or somewhere else, they put it in the heart of people. So that's where our treasure is, because that's where we look latest. That's where we think it's not, but it is. Um, she begs us to just flow along with her tide. Love cannot be controlled. We need to flow with her. She doesn't teach steps. She's spiraling up and swirling us round. So the steps is there twice in that poem. I just realized that. So we have she's not a series of little steps, and she doesn't teach steps. So that's it. And I think that's the most important thing, that we are not looking for an outcome. Um, it's it's letting something flow free, and she's spiraling up, swirling us round, never needing to stop. Yeah, so she's like energy. Love is energy, and it's always a movement. It's always there, and she never needs to stop. She's light and she's ease. She's joy and she's home. Um, for me, when I am tapping into the energy of love, I am home. I feel home wherever I am. And for a very long time, I have thought that the the term home is where the heart is. I connected that with, oh yeah, that's where my loved one is. That's where my loved ones are. That's where my relationship is. That's where, because we're so used to connecting the word heart to romance and just this one narrow thing. Whereas our heart, it's us as creators. And we're taking ourselves with us wherever we go. She's always there, never leaving us alone. That's what I'm saying. We're taking us with us. We're taking love with us wherever we go. It's a guide. She's a guide. She's a guide. She's a friend. She is us. She is around us. She's an energy. So let's dance to the sounds of the song that love is singing to make us strong. We can connect to love, to and when we are anchored in love and in that faith, when we practice to tune into the energy of love as often as possible, we are truly strong. Like the strongest leaders in the world are the ones anchored in love. And love often seems so, so little, so insignificant because she's so quiet and so silent. But she's very powerful, not forceful, powerful. Let us shake, let us break, let us cry, let us fly. Love is an energy, and energy moves us. We are here as human beings to be moved, literally to be moved. We are not here to sit on our bums all day and stare on a screen. We are not here to uh, to just experience one emotion, one feeling. We're not here to just experience joy all the time. We are here to have the full range of feelings. We're here to be moved. And let us follow her to the land we've always dreamed of. When we have love as our guide, nothing can go wrong. Then we will end up where we love it because we're already there where we love it. You know, if I live a life anchored in love, then life is lovable. Like, you know, then life, I love life and life loves me in that moment. And then the destination is not as important anymore. Then the journey becomes the adventure. And yeah, let us get caught in the algorithm of love. And I think the important words here are let us get caught. Because it's in that moment, it's that once we anchor ourselves into love, she takes us. And we don't need to do anything. And then everything can flow very, very easily. Yeah, so that's my take on the algorithm of love. I just leave it here because that was long enough already and lots to take in. Check out the resources that I put in the post. If you're listening to this on Spotify, head over to my Substack. There's more to see, more to read, and journal prompts and all kinds of resources for you. And I just realized that I am recording this on a full moon. I wasn't planning this. I just thought I'd sit down, and I felt like it's the right time to sit down and talk about my poetry because that grounds me somehow. So thank you so much for being here with me, for listening, for pondering, and let me know what you think in the comments or reach out via message. Have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful day. And yeah, talk to you soon.